My name is Jason. I'm 23 years old from Sydney, Australia. I'm an entrepreneur. Started off in e-com, dropshipping for a couple of years and did pretty well. Yeah, I'm here to be a better man and level up the way I think. Being an entrepreneur, my mind is a mess all the time, and that hinders a lot of things that I do. So one of the goals that I came here for was to be more present and to be a better decision maker, and also have better relationships with other people.
Do you think you had to improve certain things in life when it comes to relationships or any internal things, emotions? Was there anything that you knew you would need to improve before coming here?
Yeah, honestly, other than financials, everything else for me wasn't where I wanted to be. So, I looked around, I didn't want to just be wealthy. I want every area of my life to be amazing. So, yeah, and I'm seeking out ways to better that through here.
What do you think was one of the most profound realizations or insights during the retreat?
I think it's gone better than I could have ever imagined. I came in here with expectations and I fixed a lot of it and even more, and discovered so many things I didn't know about myself. Without sharing too many details, like I just feel like my mind has entered a new way of thinking, and I feel more powerful because of that. Yeah, I'm very grateful.
How has this experience shifted your perception of yourself and your life? What do you think?
It's made me really look inside, because in business, in the outside world, you don't really have a chance to stop and look at yourself, and you're worried about this and that and putting out fires and problems, and I didn't even know who I was anymore. I was just doing things. Like I was this car that was running, but I didn't even know what problems I had. So yeah, it was really cool to look into myself and see what problems I had and work on them with you and have you sort of guide me through that to know the steps to be better.
What emotional or mental, without going too much into detail, obviously you don't have to, because it's a very personal journey that we've experienced. What emotional or mental barriers do you feel you have overcome through this experience?
Emotional and mental barriers, there was a lot. There was a whole bunch of stuff that was really holding me back that I didn't even know about. So I think it was releasing all of that stuff. The things that held me back, it was like I was getting unchained, basically. And I don't know how to describe it, but I feel really good. Like I feel really good. And I'm so excited to get back out there and tackle a lot of stuff that I've been dealing with.
How do you think was your transformation able through the work with me? Like what initiated those breakthroughs that you had? Which tools were most effective?
The most important thing was keeping an open mind. I'm so glad that you and everyone else, all the other facilitators, was telling me just keep an open mind, be open to anything, and that was exactly. I had I had no expectations of what was going to happen. I didn't even know what was happening, but the entire setup was done so perfectly with the first day, the second day, the third day. Slowly building up to the ancient medicine. All of that, I think it was done really precisely to help me have this experience and have this breakthrough. Fabian is a very amazing person in what he does. He's really, really good. And you don't want someone who's guiding you to just tell you what to do, but more like show you where you need to go and you need to explore that yourself, and that's exactly what Fabian did. It wasn't a point where I felt like he was like, I'm just asking him what to do and he's telling me what to do and I'm fixing things. It was more like an exploration myself, and he's just saying, look here, look there. See what you can get out of this, see what you can get out of that emotion. So, and that's one of Fabian's greatest skills. And I think this whole retreat, you know, these couple of days, it's been set up perfectly for me to, first of all, shrug off all the problems with the outside world and open up and like settle in into the retreat so I can have this experience.
One thing what was the problem, what I saw, what Fabian saw in you, was that you were disconnected to love, or it was very difficult for you to understand, receive and give love. So share a little bit about that, how you became aware of that, and during the work with Fabian, what happened there and what you realized.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there, but I think a lot of what I do had a purpose to it, right? And I think I achieved so many things, and I thought I'd be happy, and I thought I'd be, you know, on top of the world. But once I got there, I looked around, and I was like, this is not right. I'm missing something. And a part of me thought, you know, that was love. But I didn't really know what it was, and I didn't have a lot of experience in it. Because of my past, I also don't know how to deal with that. I don't know how to fix that issue. It's not my expertise. My expertise is making money and making deals and pursuing this. So yeah, it's not something that I could talk to, you know, some of my friends and have them help me. I think I needed someone who specializes in healing these sort of things and guiding people through these things to help me through it.
Yeah, how was that? Like, just, you know, pouring out things like inside of you without me telling you what to do. It just came to you and you just shared. How was that experience?
If I had to describe it in simple words, it was the biggest realization. You know when you have an epiphany, and you're like, whoa, I just realized something. That was me with my entire past. And I thought of everything differently. I viewed everything differently from my personal point of view. But when you told me to, you know, reflect on other people's point of view, who was also involved in the situation, that was when I was like, whoa, I understand a lot of it. And I understand like what's missing now. You know, it's not other people's fault. It's just that I didn't have the right perspective.
So you were able to create more compassion for other people by going within, by understanding how you feel through this work, and then you even shared a lot of emotions, or you poured out a lot of emotion based on what you know some of other people feel for you, like your mom or your dad.
Yeah, that was like, it literally changed the way that I view the entire situation, like from a negative to a positive. And now I'm starting to apply that to other areas of my life, and I'm making more discoveries. And then now I think, bro, it feels like a new world, basically. And I need to approach things with a new perspective, and it's like a new way of looking at things.
Your old self kind of died off and burst into a new Jason.
Yeah, it's like a moth coming out of his cocoon, you know? And now I'm gonna go explore the world again with a different view.
One more thing, which is also a bit more going into detail about the inner child that we work through. Have you heard something about the inner child connection before?
Not before this.
And what do you think about that? Like, just understanding that there's a little boy inside of you, and that part also needs to be nurtured and taken care of.
Yeah.
How did you perceive that? Experience that?
When you first mentioned it to me, I had no idea what you were talking about. That thing didn't exist in my mind because I'm worried about me, the adult me, right? So it was a really hard concept for me to grasp. But I felt so out of touch with it. But it was there, you know? The little me was definitely inside of me. Just been shut away for a long time. And yeah, I think discovering that made me more human in a sense. And yeah, I think I'm trying to rebuild a relationship with that person again.
How would you describe your state of mind before and after the retreat?
I always think I'm in the best state of mind until I enter a new state of mind. So coming into the retreat, I was confident. I thought it was going to be chill. I thought I was going to learn some things. But I didn't realize it was going to be such a big transformation. And looking back now, my mind was probably a mess. And I feel like now my headspace is very clear. And I'm absorbing all of this information from the other people who's joined in on the retreat, the other facilitators. I feel like I've gone smarter.
And there's so many people who come with like prejudgment into the retreat and thinking like, okay, if I open up and become vulnerable and do this inner work, it's first of all it's weak, and second of all I'm gonna make less money by focusing on the internal and the emotional. And I think you also had similar thoughts before, and that's why you were a bit doubting, like, should I dive into this? Is this gonna affect my character? Am I gonna completely change? I don't want to change. So how do you think now how it would affect your overall success in life by doing this work?
I think without a doubt is 100% benefited me. And I know other people who's done this work and who's improved their life significantly, improved their mind significantly. That was what I was drawn into. I was like, if they're doing that, regardless of what I think, it's an experience that I should try out. And it's gonna be different for everyone, but for me personally, I think I'm in a very good space to bring on a new level of challenges. And yeah, and I think financially I'm gonna grow a lot as well. My life's purpose was ran on a different idea before this retreat. And you know this too, Fabian. So, but that purpose is gone. That, I think, I fulfilled a bit of that purpose now, so it's a new purpose. And you've helped me look at the bigger goal and see what I really want to do, which is start a family and help others. So I think that's what I'm gonna chase now. And I'm still gonna make a load of money, and I'm still gonna do the things that I was doing before, but just with a different view and with a different intention.
And how does that intention differ from the previous intention? Like, what kind of intention do you have now compared to the one before that you had?
Yeah, well, beforehand, I think I was doing it superficially, not for myself, for other people, to look for something that doesn't even make sense. I was looking in the wrong spot. I was trying to make money for, maybe to get materialistic things or to get girls and validation and all of that stuff, and deep down I wasn't even happy. So obviously I'm looking for happiness. That was not the right method to do that. So yeah, the new intent is still the same thing. I'm still going to pursue all of these areas, but be more fulfilling at it, enjoy it more, and work on bigger goals,
More
meaningful goals. Yeah, 100%. I think everyone who's made a lot of money understands the more money you make, the more you realize there's some things that just don't make sense. Some things that's just happens for a reason. I think this whole experience with people coming and going, with the way it's set up, it was just perfect. And looking back now, everything connected the dot perfectly. And everything worked out really well. So yeah, thank you, Fabian. Super glad to be here, super glad to be a part of this. And hopefully see you again next time, man.